Hello everyone and welcome to Long's Toys. I have a Power Rangers Dino SuperCharge review for you today. This is the Archelon Zord with Charger. I was at my local Toys R Us today and I got lucky enough to find this guy. He is one of the new Zords, just came out, and he is a US exclusive. This guy did not appear in the Japanese toy line. This is something that Bandai of America dreamed up for us, along with the Dinosaurus Zord and... now I'm blanking. The Ammonite Zord, that's the other one. So, this is the third American exclusive Zord. And it looks pretty cool. I like the colors. The crazy saw blade on the back here is looking pretty fun. So this is it for the packaging. If you look inside, it's kind of like a coral reef on the background picture there. I think that's pretty cool. Not really much on the sides. Just kind of shows the chargers and the app game and that kind of stuff. Box is very generic on the bottom. Nice artwork here on the back, and it just kind of shows you how the gimmick works. Put the charger in, saw blade starts going around. If you take a look over here, and I'll try to get it to focus. So these are the Zords that we've already seen. These are the two new ones. There's also a kind of remold of the Raptor/Para mold into a Oviraptor, which has like a tail that's a crossbow. So I'm still looking for that one. That one looks pretty neat. And then, of course, there's this one. Now, there's also repaints of the Dinosaurus, where I think literally the colors are just inverted. It's mostly black with orange. And then there's like a weird dark green and fluorescent yellow repaint of the Ankylozord. I will not be getting either of those because I'm just not into repaints. I'd rather just get, like, you know, new molds and stuff. But you can also see here on the back, there's a little tease for what in Japan was called Bragigas. I'm not sure what it'll be called. Probably like Titan. I think it's something like Titan Megazord, or I'm not 100% on that, but it's something like that. The show, it hasn't appeared on the show yet because the show is on hiatus. Then there's some kind of armor that will be able to link with it. Another one of the armors. These are the two Zords we know. Then the bikes, of course. So just the kind of standard stuff that shows us. Then the crazy picture of all the chargers down here, of which there are many. So, without further ado, we'll get this guy out of the box and we'll take a closer look. Alright, so here's the Archelon Zord out of the packaging here. And it's kind of funny, he's really more of a purpley blue, but on camera here he's kind of showing up as just like a normal blue. But he's definitely got a purple tinge to him. And I like the color scheme. I think the yellow with the purple and the orange on the blade here, it all kind of works together pretty nice. You can see he's got nice red painted eyes there, a little silver and black on the top of the head. So I like that. They did a good job with the color scheme. Mouth opens like anybody else, so you just slide that up like that. Charger fits in. I should take a look at the charger real quick. It's just a fossil version of Archelon. Nothing too exciting there. I'm not going to bother putting it in any of the morphers because it's sounds we've all heard 100 times at this point. So, but it's a nice little charger. There's a QR code and a pin system. So yeah, nice little fossil charger. But you go ahead, put any charger in his mouth, and it's going to make the blades kind of pop down to the end there so they can spin. Now, of course, there's also the slide on the bottom. So if you have this pushed in, you can just go ahead and do it with the slide down there. You don't have to have a charger in case you misplace one or something like that. I'm just going to put that off to the side. But yeah, it spins decently. There's no mechanism like to rev it or spin it. You just have to use your finger. But it spins pretty nice. The other thing you can do, these back legs can fold out really as much or as little as you want. I think the package really only shows like this, because I think there's like supposed to be like a salvo of missiles kind of molded in there. So you could have them like this, and then maybe that pops open and fires some missiles. So that's cool, a little bit more playability there. But if you want, you can kind of have them all the way out. I kind of like the look of that, just as like a bladed fist weapon for the Megazord. It's kind of neat. But yeah, you don't have to really move the legs because it spins just as well with or without them there. There's really nothing to that. I do like the silver logo right there on the chest or on the shell. I think that looks pretty good. And I really do like that they use the orange for the blade. It really kind of makes the color scheme pop. The third color really helps out there. So that's pretty much it for the turtle by himself. I like him. He's just a big prehistoric turtle. I think it's a cool design. I like the spinning blade in his shell. I don't really have any complaints. I think he looks pretty good. But we'll go ahead, we'll move on, we'll check out his functionality with the Megazord. Alright, so I'm just going to use the black and gold Dino Charge Megazord here because that's what I had handy. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the Stego arm. Bring in Archelon here. I'm going to go ahead and use the slide underneath to make that pop out. And then open the mouth. And then it just connects like anything else. And connect. So there you go. Obviously the color scheme is a little jarring because everything else is black and gold. But I think it looks neat. I think it's cool to just have that kind of saw weapon on his arm there. Like I said, if you wanted to move these out, you could. Doesn't really help or hinder anything. You can still... Actually, I guess it would hinder if you wanted to move the arm. So, you could move the arm and then you'd have to pull him out. You can still have him out, you just can't really, like, because of how it hits the side of the Megazord's, you know, the main part of the body. So you just have to close them, move it, and then you can put them back out if you want. But yeah, I think that's pretty neat. I definitely like the look of the spinning blade. So it works well as an arm. The only problem is, if I go ahead and take this off, I did show that he has a connector right there. I almost wish it was kind of more in the middle, like about here, and I guess that might have got... Well, I really don't think it would have gotten in the way of anything. But it's hard with the legs because, I mean, first of all, you can't really at all use it on the side of the leg because you can't even get it. The legs get in the way, and if you try to move these out of the way, it makes it even worse. I mean, you can kind of get in there now, but it's harder, and it really makes the angle so the blade has to kind of drag along the ground. You can kind of... you can't even get it to connect that well because the body of the turtle starts to hit the side of the leg down there. So it kind of doesn't work at all connecting to this port. So I've tried connecting it to this port. But again, the legs kind of get in the way. You can kind of do it if you don't sit it like all the way down. If you like, you can pretty much get it to connect. It can connect farther down, but because the legs get in the way, like, I guess I should say the peg is theoretically able to go deeper into the port, but you kind of have to connect it halfway because the legs get in the way. You can try to fan the legs out some more, and that helps a little bit, but then it kind of looks silly with the leg on top of the Megazord's head there. So it works best as an arm, kind of works on the shoulder, doesn't really work on the leg side of the leg at all, unfortunately. I think this Zord is pretty cool, and I really do applaud Bandai for giving us new molds that are exclusive to America. Instead of just... I mean, they are doing a heck of a lot of repaints, which I don't really appreciate, but that's not all they're doing. I appreciate that they are at least giving us a few new molds, and I think this guy's cool. I mean, the turtle's just a lot of fun. If you really hate turtles for some reason, then I guess this isn't really the guy for you. But, I mean, come on, who hates turtles? They're fun, right? I like it. I think the color scheme's great. I mean, the functionality is a little wonky because you really can't attach him to the side of the leg. You can kind of use him on the shoulder port, but he works great as an arm. So I say use him as an arm and put somebody else on the shoulder and the side of the leg because plenty of the other Zords can do that. So just have this guy as an arm. I mean, yes, it little bit limits the playability, but I think it's negligible. You could look past it. Plus, I am not really sure when the Titano Megazord, or whatever they're going to call Bragigas here, maybe he'll have more ports, and this guy will work great with him. Unfortunately, I don't really have the pterodactyl. Now, I'm blanking on the American names. Sorry about that. Or the Plesio Megazord. I don't have either of them handy to try them out, but he might have more functionality with them as well. I kind of forget where they have pegs off the top of my head. But he works great with the Megazord as an arm. I love the color scheme. I applaud that it's a new mold, and I love the spinning blade. I think that's really fun. So I recommend him. I definitely think all of the American exclusive Zords so far have been really cool, and I think you should definitely pick them up, especially if you're collecting Dino Charge toys, if you're keeping up with the Zords in this line. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like and share this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Archelon Zord from Power Rangers Dino SuperCharge. And of course, thanks for watching.